WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight at 6. A Tupelo high school senior who was set to graduate today is dead, and a Chickasaw County man charged with murder. Our Allie Martin brings us up to date on the fatal shooting and how the victim is being remembered.
Things are usually quiet in the 400 block of North Broadway, but Tuesday evening shots rang out on this street. Within seconds, 18-year-old Drayshawn Williams was dead. He is the second member of the class of 2020 killed this year, and a mentor to Williams says the senseless violence must stop.
I heard gunshots. I seen Drayshawn laying in the road.
QUANTORI Osborne was in front of his home on North Broadway around 8:45 Tuesday night when the shooting started. Osborne says Drayshawn Williams had been arguing with several men who were in a vehicle with tinted windows. Osborne says Williams was walking away from the vehicle when he was shot.
I went towards Drayshawn, and when I was going towards him, I was dialing 911 at the same time, to make sure he was all right, but when I got there, it wasn't looking so good.
Williams was taken to NMMC where he was pronounced dead. Osborne says Williams was like a son to him and was at his home every day. Osborne's daughter is also a member of the class of 2020 and was friends with Williams. This video shows Drayshawn Williams, or Dre as he was known by friends, on Osborne's front porch only hours before the shooting. Osborne says Williams was ready to graduate and figure out his next steps in life.
He really didn't know what he wanted to do, but he always come to me, and speak to me like, wanted advice, how to become a man, and, knowing that he's growing up. And I know he wasn't out there in no streets or nothing like that, but you might see him walking up and down the street, but he was a very nice person like that. Very helpful.
Williams is the second member of the Tupelo High School class of 2020 killed this year. 17-year-old Tiara Dancer was shot in December as she was watching a fight in Haven Acres. Osborne has a message for young people.
Violence don't solve anything. People walk away from violence. Put the guns down. Guns don't solve anything.
Williams worked at a local fast food restaurant. His body has been sent to the state crime lab for an autopsy as family and friends prepare for his funeral. In Tupelo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
No parent should have to make. Well, police have arrested 20-year-old Jaquez Dominique Calvert of Houston in connection with the case. He faces a preliminary charge of murder. Right now, his bond has not yet been set. Columbus police say that a carjacking at a Walmart led to a chase and ended with the vehicle crashing into a church. Officers spotted the stolen vehicle around 3 o'clock this morning. The chase ended here at Friendship Missionary Baptist Church on 12th Street South. Police Chief Fred Shelton says that the incident started in the parking lot of Walmart yesterday evening. After the stolen vehicle slammed into the church, the suspects ran from the scene. Police say that no arrests have been made. If you have any information, call Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers. A standoff in Lowndes County lands one person in jail. This happened at this home on Jess Lyons Road around 3:30 this morning. Investigators say they went to the home after getting a call that a person had been shot. Brent Swan with the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office says when deputies got there, they learned a 27-year-old man had been beat up but was not shot. Investigators say 24-year-old Nicholas Vaughn refused to come out of that home. About 3 hours after the 911 call, the Lowndes County SWAT team was able to get Vaughn to surrender. He's now charged with aggravated assault and burglary of an auto. Bond has not been set for Vaughn.
It's a hold on to your hat kind of day. We have breezy conditions out there, but absolutely stunning in downtown Columbus right now. That's our Alpha Insurance camera. We've got cool temperatures for May. Upper 60s to mid 60s, winds still sustained over 20 and gusting to about 30 in some spots. But the wind is going to taper off once the sun sets, and the temperatures will quickly cool down into the 50s, maybe some upper 40s by 11 o'clock, low to mid 40s by the time we wake up. And actual lows, look at this, lower 40s across the board. A few of you could actually dip into the upper 30s. and we will be flirting with some record lows in the region tonight. Rain and thunder Friday, but overall a lot of sunshine, including your weekend. We'll talk about it coming up.
The state of Mississippi continues down the road of a health and economic crisis. Governor Reeves telling Mississippians the threat of the virus and its impacts are not over. In his daily briefing, the governor warned people that it was not time to go back to what we'd call day-to-day life. He's asking families to stay home if you can, and when you have to get out to places like the grocery store, only one family member needs to go. Governor Reeves says that the goal of the state's approach in fighting the coronavirus was to not overwhelm the state's healthcare system, in which he feels the state has been successful. Now, starting tomorrow, more businesses will open up, and the governor says Mississippians need to keep their personal safety in mind.
Moving towards removing government decision-making for individuals. That does not remove individuals' responsibility to act appropriately, knowing that there is still virus in many communities throughout Mississippi. And so we want to give people the ability to open their small businesses.
Also in today's briefing, the governor announced that he's also extending the state tax deadline to July 15th for Mississippians. The State Department of Health is reporting 217 new cases of COVID-19. 43 of the new cases are among residents in long-term care facilities. The new cases bring the state's total to over 8,400 cases. 32 new deaths are also being reported today. 5 of those deaths are from death certificate investigations. There are now 374 total coronavirus deaths in the state. Over 80,000 Mississippians have been tested for the coronavirus. It was an emotional morning for some seniors at Choctaw County High School. It's been a hectic final semester due to the coronavirus for seniors everywhere. Now some of them in Choctaw County aren't happy with the school's send-off. Our Bobby Martinez speaks to some of the class of 2020 as they protest their unorthodox graduation.
It was a day of protest for seniors at Choctaw High School who walked down the main streets of Acumen, upset that they will not be having a normal graduation.
They deserve a graduation!
Instead of bringing us together, we're all getting divided and growing apart.
Disappointment and frustration.
They're having a drive-through graduation. That's like going to McDonald's when you can go to a 5-star restaurant.
Those were some of the emotions expressed by Choctaw County High School seniors Wednesday morning. A letter sent out to the seniors on April 29th by the high school announced the school's graduation plans in the midst of COVID-19, something senior Devaughn Miller is torn up about.
Graduation is supposed to be a time where all the seniors come together, and because it's the last day together, and you're supposed to experience that last day together, and the graduation they're giving us is not.
According to the letter, rules for the drive-through ceremony include 1 vehicle per family, each graduate must pull up to the front of the building and walk up the stairs to get their diploma, and the entire ceremony will also be streamed on Facebook and on the local radio. But to some seniors, there is a better alternative.
And I feel like that's not fair for us because we have the venue, we have the location, everything is in place. They're just not ready to make that choice in order to give us the correct graduation. It's not fair. It feels like we're not together, and I just don't like it.
In all honesty, there's enough room on the football field even just to space us out for the guidelines.
I also had the chance to speak to Superintendent Glenn Beer at Choctaw School District off camera, who says if the governor does increase the amount of people allowed in one area, they will consider having a normal graduation. Reporting in Choctaw County, Bobby Martinez, WCBI News.
A lot of tough decisions having to be made. Well, with school out until further notice, some area teachers are turning to unorthodox learning methods. In the Starkville-Oktibbeha Consolidated School District, it's a new twist on a classic that has kids and parents talking. You may remember Flat Stanley, a paper doll that students take on adventures and then mail the pictures back to their teacher. Well, Tassie Roseman, a 4th grade teacher at Henderson Ward Stewart, is doing something similar, but instead of Flat Stanley, she's mailing her students a tiny Mrs. Roseman, complete with a list of activities to complete.
I took my Bitmoji to be cool with the kids and my picture and decided to mail myself to my kids and go on adventures and connect with students that way, and the response has been tremendous. I sent them a letter and some instructions and an activity board with activities if they couldn't come up with their own, and to be honest, a lot of my students that have responded have come up with their own activities.
A pretty neat idea it is. Now, she says that the project coincided with the kickoff of Teacher Appreciation Week. Well, still ahead, an area manufacturer expands its outreach in the community. We have an update on their efforts when we come back. Welcome back, everyone. 500 families from across North Mississippi were able to get food today thanks to Toyota Mississippi. Cars were lined up at 4:30 this morning at the Prentiss County Ag Center for a mobile food pantry that was organized by the car manufacturer. Toyota Mississippi bought the food from the Mid-South Food Pantry. Toyota team members handed out the food and made sure traffic kept flowing while showing care and concern for their community.
Everybody that works at Toyota is proud of the product that we make, but we're also extremely proud of the fact that we're dedicated to the communities in which we live and we serve.
I like to be in a position to give back to the community, to support people that's in need, and just help motivate people that, you know, everything's going to be all right and we're working together as a community.
This is the 4th mobile food pantry Toyota has organized. Plans call for at least 2 more in other counties. The Hitching Lot Farmers Market is coming back to Columbus, but with new guidelines. The market will be open Saturday morning from 7 to 9. Now, only produce, baked goods, and value-added canned goods will be available. Vendors will have to be 10 feet apart. All customers and vendors will be required to wear masks and gloves, and you must stay 6 feet apart from each other. Only one person from a household will be able to go to the market. The market will also be open on Mondays from 4 to 6 p.m. and Thursday from 7 to 10 a.m. Sizzling Second Saturdays will also be returning in June. All right, we're going to send things back over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith, it might be a little chilly Saturday morning.
It will be chilly.
The sun will be out.
That's right. Great weather, just cool weather here.
We'll take it.
Mid-May. A live view in Starkville. Things are looking pretty good for you and Eupora this evening. 60s, 50s, and then 40s. A chilly one out there, but mainly clear. The wind tapers off, too. The full forecast next.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Mother Nature has been pretty sour all spring, it seems like. Rain, storms, flooding. But just in time for Mother's Day, for all you moms, she's being sweet. 73 degrees, lots of sunshine Sunday. It will be a great day. Really, 6 out of the next 7 days featuring plenty of sunshine. Just one day, Friday, with a rain opportunity. So get ready to go forward with a lot of what you see right here. Sunshine, pleasant weather. It's a bit breezy in Columbus right now, but that's a live view with our Alpha Insurance camera network. Up in Tupelo, mostly sunny to partly cloudy. Those clouds go away. The wind will relax. Louisville, Mississippi, much the same story. We are getting ready for a great sunset. And at Durham's in Vernon, a similar story to be had here with some of those clouds going away. The wind is going to taper off. It is going to be a great evening, but chilly. And here's our temperature trend going through the rest of the work week, through the weekend into next week. Just unseasonably cool air across the northeast, and that's going to get down here into the southeast. It's already here, and it's just going to be sticking around. So tonight, the first of 3 chilly nights, upper 30s, low 40s across the board. And for the weekend, Saturday morning, upper 30s, low 40s, a chilly start. And as we get into your Sunday morning, Mother's Day, upper 30s to low 40s. And each one of those nights could feature a record low somewhere in the region. So it's just going to be chilly for May, but we will be rewarded with all that sunshine. Look at this for tomorrow. 45 at 7, 68 at noon, by 4 o'clock, 73. The wind not as strong, only at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And a pretty nice day across the board. Initially a lot of sun, gradually increasing clouds as we go throughout the afternoon and evening. Rain potential Friday with that next system, anywhere from about a ½ inch to an inch, plus or minus. No strong or severe weather is currently anticipated. That's certainly good news for May. We don't want to see any more active weather. It's been pretty busy so far, but this one doesn't look like it will be that aggressive. Tomorrow morning, notice all that clearing we'll have in place. And there come the clouds here by late in the day into tomorrow evening. The rain's going to hold off, I think, until Friday morning, so we will likely wake up to overcast conditions Friday. Showers around, maybe some thunder showers, thunderstorms, and that rain chance will carry over into the afternoon, eventually getting out of here by late in the day into the evening, and that's going to allow high pressure to come back in just in time for that weekend. Let's show you that with your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. So partly cloudy tomorrow, 73, rain and thunder 68 on Friday, 66 Saturday, 73 Sunday, chilly mornings but pretty nice afternoons, and mid-70s to start next week, back to average by next Wednesday with a high of around 80.
Heads up for a potential headache for Columbus drivers. Some of you might need to take a different route tomorrow. BLUECUTT Road from Military to Chickasaw Drive, it'll be closed tomorrow. Electrical work is being completed there on the road. That road will be closed from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The dam at the OKTIBBEHA County Lake was not built to design specifications, and the Army Corps of Engineers first made that report 40 years ago. A letter to county supervisors from the Mississippi Department of Environmental Quality highlights a history of past and current slope failures. William McKercher, chief of the Dam Safety Division, points out that some of these failures have been going on since 1985. Several surveys are recommended, including one that could identify possible failures throughout the dam. MDEQ has requested the county provide a file of supporting technical information by the end of July. That includes a timetable to do the assessments. All of this will affect possible state and even federal funding to remove and replace the dam. The most recent slide happened back in January when residents were placed on notice at that time that there could be a breach of potential of severe flooding. Well, if you look up in the skies this weekend, you may see a high-flying tribute for some special workers. We have the details when we come back. Team Blaze at the Columbus Air Force Base is gearing up to send a special message to healthcare workers in the air over North Mississippi. I talked with Colonel Weeks about the flyover happening this weekend.
On this Saturday, Columbus Air Force Base is going to fly a 3-ship, a T-6, a T-1, and a T-38, the aircraft that we fly here, across the northeast Mississippi so that we can thank the healthcare workers who've been fighting and protecting our population against COVID-19 over the last 2 months.
You know, this has kind of been something that different bases around the U.S. have been doing. I know you mentioned Atlanta. They just had a flyover. What's been the general consensus, or how did you guys come up with this idea?
The Department of Defense came up with it because we understand what's going across our country right now, and we just want to recognize and thank all of our healthcare workers for their relentless efforts to make sure that we can care for our population as we fight this virus.
And how long have you guys here at Columbus Air Force Base been planning to do this flyover?
We've been planning for over a week to make sure that we can demonstrate our air power as well as our gratitude to our community.
And how excited are you guys to finally take to the skies to recognize our healthcare workers?
The entire team at Team Blaze is very excited to do this. This is an opportunity for us to thank you, as well as showcase not only our planes but our heritage. So make sure you look up in the sky this Saturday, because you're going to see very unique paint schemes on our aircraft, which is reminiscent of our history of Columbus Air Force Base and the United States Air Force.
So this will be something a lot of people kind of probably be excited about outside, peeking out their windows.
We hope so, absolutely. We're going to start over in Tupelo and then go across Amory and Aberdeen, West Point, Starkville, and finish over Baptist and Columbus City, as well as our own medical treatment facility here on Columbus Air Force Base.
And, you know, is there a message that, as people are just kind of looking in the sky and seeing in amazement what you guys are doing, is there a message that you guys want to send out?
There are two messages. First, we want to thank everybody to fight the virus and flatten the curve by their actions every single day to physical distance, as well as, you know, wash and keep our hands clean so we can fight this virus. And then really, the one thing we do ask you is, as you watch us, please make sure that you're 6 feet away from each other so that we don't have differing messages as we go out and enjoy a great Saturday, as well as air power, and thanking our healthcare workers.
It's going to be a great day for it.
It absolutely will be.
Anything else you'd like to add?
I'm about to leave Columbus Air Force Base, and I just really want to thank the Golden Triangle region and Columbus City, truly being the friendly city, for everything that you do for our base, our airmen, and our community. And it's been my honor and privilege to lead this base as well as be a part of this community. So thank you very much from me and my family.
And we definitely appreciate her service. Now, the Air Force Base just recently released this path of where they're going to be flying and how they're going to be flying, even with timestamps there. As you can see, they'll kick things off in Tupelo, then they'll start to make their way south down to Amory, Aberdeen, West Point, Starkville, and then they'll bring it on in home here at Columbus and back home there on the base. Now you can see that map as well over on our website at WCBI.com. We'll have a last look at your forecast when we come back.
A lot of sunshine out there right now as we head on into the evening. Temperatures are cooling down into the 60s now in many spots. That wind, I know, is still gusty. It will be relaxing here this evening. Chilly later on tonight, lower 40s. Partly cloudy, 73 tomorrow. Rain and thunder possible on Friday. Pretty good chance for some rain. But after that, for the weekend into next week, look at all that sunshine, including Mother's Day there on Sunday. Scott, it's looking fantastic.
Mama like that for her
My
day,
mom's
for her
jealous.
big
She's
day.
up in Michigan freezing. But
Oh, no. Oh, hate that. Thanks so much, Keith. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you at 10.